Hello, welcome to another of my travel vlogs. In this one, I take you to Nepal, where I spent 2 years from 2009 to 2011. I went to Nepal to produce documentary films. You can read about my escapades on my blog. The link is in the description. I've also included a link to some of the films that I made there. So in this vlog, I will share with you a few of the things that fascinated me about Nepal. There is buffalo riding, and then the ponds in the villages, and a religious ceremony that I witnessed. So stick around and enjoy. Remember to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you can get instant updates on my future vlogs. Also, leave a comment, like, share. I need your love to make more stuff like this. For me, travel is not about tourism. Of course, when I go to a place, I am a tourist, strictly speaking. But I always want to experience something other than what you find in the tour guides. What I call tourism is really going on holiday rather than going to learn a culture or to learn something about a place very far from your own home. Nepal, in the tour guides, it's all about the Himalayas, about Everest, about trekking, about temples in the Kathmandu Valley. I did a bit of this, but working on the documentaries took me to places that other visitors rarely experience. And it showed me aspects of cultures that improved my understanding of what it means to be a human being. Before going to Nepal, I used to think buffaloes were creatures of the wild. Certainly in Uganda, they are. I lived in the Terai region in the far western part of the country in a small town called Dangari. It was a little bit rough since I was the only African person in the town and many folk were seeing a black person for the first time in their lives. I've written a bit about it and won't go into those dark details here. A link to one of the articles is in the description. One day I was walking in Dangadi town and I saw a man leading a buffalo into the stream. He stayed in the water with the buffaloes and I was a little fascinated. A friend I was with told me I could ride the buffalo if I wanted. I laughed. I never took up the offer because I didn't believe it. So when I was making the documentary films, I traversed the country. I went from the far western parts to the eastern districts. And this was during the summer when temperatures were really high. In the eastern districts, I saw people riding buffaloes a lot. It happened in the far west as well, but I did not witness it as much because I mostly stayed in Dangadi town and didn't venture much into the villages. At first I saw only children riding the buffaloes, and then I saw adults, mostly men, riding as well. Now that I had seen them doing it, I wanted to try it out. It seemed like a fun thing to do, but I was not brave enough. Next time I go to Nepal, I will surely go buffalo riding. There is something about ponds and Nepali culture. I didn't really get a grasp of it, but there were a lot of rivers and streams and also a lot of ponds. It's like every village had a pond, and daily life in the villages sort of revolved around these ponds. I saw children swimming in the ponds, women washing clothes. I saw religious ceremonies happening in the ponds, and of course, I saw buffaloes swimming in the ponds. At some point, I saw a child using a buffalo as a diving board. Yeah, it made me fall in love with ponds, and maybe when I get money, I'll buy a pond and build my house next to it. So while making the documentary films, we went to a village called Ranjitpur in Saptari district. And there I was filming a couple who had engaged in an inter-caste marriage. Their love affair incited violence in the village because extremists and conservatives did not condone inter-caste marriages. The situation must have improved by now, since even 10 years ago, resistance to inter-caste marriage was already dying, and only very few people were opposed to it. So one day while filming, I heard drumming and singing. They told me a religious ceremony was going on. It's been 10 years and I don't remember exactly what they called this particular ceremony. They did tell me and I wrote it down somewhere, but I can't find the notebook. It happened a day before Dashain, which is a big Hindu holiday. It is as important as Christmas is to Christians or Eid is to Muslims. So I think this ceremony was part of the Dashain celebrations. The festival is to honor Durga. She's the Hindu mother goddess. She defeated a wicked demon called Mahisasur, who was disguised as a water buffalo. And today his killing is represented in sacrifice of hooved animals in front of Durga temples during the Dashain festival. I think they will prefer to sacrifice buffaloes, but goats are much more cheaper. From the little I witnessed, most Hindu sacrifices do not involve animals. They use vegetables or dairy products. According to this article in Nepali Times, the link is in the description, and I quote, "In Nepal, the Kali cult manifests itself in animal sacrifices, which are not just killing for the sake of killing, but hold a larger symbolism. By sacrificing goats and buffaloes, devotees believe they are killing self-centeredness and malice. Humans are removing the animal instincts present in themselves." End of quote. There is currently some controversy over killing animals for sacrifice, but really I don't see it as different from the industrial slaughter of birds and animals by big corporations to feed people during Western holidays like Christmas and Thanksgiving. I think if you want to experience things like this, you don't have to go into a community as a tourist, and don't tell them that you are looking to experience something like this. Just go visit. Avoid the touristy places, blend in, learn the language if you can. They will trust you if you do. I learned Nepali. Well, I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and do share it so others can find it. Do subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get updates on future vlogs. Until next time, goodbye.